Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Actually, today, because we are 2:43 in the afternoon here in Southern California. I hope I'm going live. I intend this video to be live. If it's not live, then I forgot to push a button or do something that I should have done, but it should be live. I'm looking for comments. Hopefully somebody adds a comment. If somebody adds a comment, I'll know that I'm live, but until someone adds a comment, I'll just talk and kind of cover some of the information that I was wanting to talk about today. So the first thing obviously I want to talk about is I want to talk about the most important thing, which is the markets, where everything is going as far as cryptocurrency. And I got a thumbs up on the comments, so thank you very much. At least I know I'm out there. So I was talking with my son about this the other day, and actually we've been talking for quite a while about how flat the crypto market is, how it, yeah, you were live. Great. Thank you very much. Yeah, hopefully more people join in and we can get a discussion going, because I'd be happy to talk with other people. I make these videos a lot of times by myself. In fact, almost all the time by myself. And you read the comments, but it's kind of fun when other people can kind of come in while you're talking and give you some information, point of view, critique, whatever it is that they do. So I thought I'd try this out for maybe a couple of videos. But anyway, the market, as we see with Bitcoin and with the two major cryptos I follow, EOS and Bitcoin. And the reason I do that, I don't follow Chainlink. I don't follow XRP. I'm not a big Tether fan. I don't do Cardano. I don't do any of these others. I mean, I know about them and I listen to videos. Wax is hot. Yeah, I like Wax. I've listened to the person that actually was the developer of Wax. I think the person who developed it, a very intelligent guy. I can't remember his name right now. But yeah, I think Wax has got great potential. I like Wax. I mean, I see there's a lot of things about Wax that they're doing better than EOS right now. And I see a lot of people telling me that EOS is really not doing much, that there's a lot to be desired as far as EOS is concerned. I see that a lot in my comments too. And I always respond to them by saying that EOS raised a lot of money, $4 billion. We don't know how much of that money they've got left, but that's a big project, $4 billion. So they got a lot of working capital, way more than anybody else, way more than Bitcoin, way more than the Ethereum Foundation, way more than any of these other projects. They've raised $4 billion. They had one of the most successful initial coin offerings ever. They got a waiver by the Securities and Exchange Commission, which means that they are endorsed by the U.S. federal government. So that's a big plus for them. They have Dan Larimer, and I know Dan Larimer, lately everybody is kind of like, some people are on, some people are off. Some people are saying that it's overthought. Dan's maybe come up with too complicated of a machine, and now it's trying to work itself out as far as governance and block producers and all this other stuff is concerned. But you still have Dan Larimer, and Dan Larimer has been the guy that's come up with some of the most innovative things on the internet in blockchain. He has the most successful projects right now in blockchain. BitShares, obviously EOS, and then Steemit. I mean, he's a proven commodity. So the fact that they raised $4 billion, you got Dan Larimer on the project, and you've got an up-running blockchain that is working well, as we can show you with the challenge application. There's a lot to be said for EOS, even though we're setting at $2.50, which isn't an exciting price when it was way higher than that before the chain even launched. I think we're basically in a very stagnant market right now. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that people are still trying to figure out what's going on in the world today, because we have this COVID-19 pandemic going on, and it's a very interesting thing. In fact, I was watching Max Kaiser the other day, and he was they had a video. They actually had a video. I think he does videos. I don't think he does live stream, but it is videos. And they were looking at the most searched things on Google right now. And it was stuff like, can I get a stimulus check? Where's my unemployment? Is there help for depression? This was the mindset of the people that were searching on Google. They want a government support check. They're going through depression, and they're trying to figure out what to do with themselves because of all this interruption in their lives, and it's a huge interruption. When you have bars completely shut down, the street that I usually shoot this video on is one of the busiest streets ever. Before the pandemic. Now you go there, and you rarely see a person. And that all took place in just a matter of a short period of time. That interrupted so many people's lives that it's incalculable. And then to go back and look at the stock market and see how the stock market is continuing to rise. And when companies are losing money, and government is supporting not only employees, the people that have lost jobs, but also companies, supported companies, and people are still trying to figure out what the heck's going on. Well, probably what's going on is that the government's going to continue to keep this going as long as they can. In the meantime, crypto is in the background. We all know that crypto is going to go higher because, if everything else goes higher, so does crypto. It's just that right now that not many people are focused on crypto, and I always think crypto's biggest problem is that there is people are afraid of it. People don't understand it, and a lot of people, especially people in my generation, aren't looking to learn anything new, and they're not looking to understand a blockchain or understand cryptocurrency or understand anything like that. So they basically stay away from it as an investment. Although I do think it's starting to become more in vogue. Maybe more people are starting to see that it's something that you need to look at, and really, it's like driving a car. Do you really got to understand everything about a car in order to drive a car? Do you have to understand how a piston works? Or if you got a Tesla, how the electric motor operates? No, all you do is you get in the car, you put it in drive, and you go. You just got to trust that the technology is good. And I think at this point with Bitcoin being around for as long as it's been around, you got to trust that this is a legitimate money, and that it does have a hard cap, 21 million, and that it's not going away, and that countries are using it, people are using it, individuals are using it. We use it all the time. I think I trade Bitcoin almost every day. So yeah, there is some stuff going on with this, and I think as the economy moves forward and people start to run out of things to bid up, including stocks that are losing money, they keep going higher. Maybe they'll start, to figure out that this cryptocurrency thing is something to be looked at seriously. I saw today, I don't know, let me see if it was on USA Today or not, I'll go there. But Wendy's franchise, Wendy's hamburger and Pizza Hut, one of the largest franchise owners of those two franchises, has declared bankruptcy. So I think it was on USA Today. I'll see if it was there or not. So all isn't well in the world when people like Wendy's and Pizza Hut, or Pizza, yeah, I think it was Pizza Hut, are going bankrupt, or they're major. Some of the biggest companies that own the franchises are going bankrupt. So that stuff is that the stock market's being hurt when companies are losing money, but the stock continues to go up. So I'll see if I can find it here real quickly. Wendy's, see if it just bankruptcy. Yeah, right here. Right there you go. You've got Pizza Hut, major Pizza Hut, Wendy's franchisees files for bankruptcy. The operator of 1,200 Pizza Huts and nearly 400 Wendy's restaurants filing for bankruptcy. The NPC, International Pizza Hut's largest franchisee, filed for Chapter 11 Wednesday. The group has struggled with pandemic-related shutdowns, raising labor costs, food costs, and massive debt of nearly $1 billion. Okay, this is the real economy. Now, the fake economy is what's going on here. This is the fake economy. The real economy we just looked at, it's in Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The fake economy is the fake economy that we got the Dow Jones up here around 26,000, NASDAQ at 10,000, the S&P at 3,200, and these stocks are continuing to climb. In fact, I think if you look at the Dow, yeah, it's been you could say it took a dip. Let me see. Let's see if we can get out as far as we can get out here. 5 days. Let's go out here to like 1 year and see what it's done. I mean, sure, during the pandemic, it took a really large hit, but look, it's come back pretty close where it was. Not quite where it was, but it's come back pretty close. In fact, I've seen people put the crypto market up against the stock market as far as the historic graph is concerned, and it's pretty close to being the same in the same place. So, yeah, the real world is that these companies are declaring bankruptcy. The artificial world is that the market continues to be pumped. And we know why the market is continuing to be pumped. Because the Federal Reserve is printing a lot of money, and they're putting it into the market to keep the market high, because a lot of people have a lot of money that they've 401ks and pension plans and all this that is in the market that they don't want to panic. They want to keep that high. The other thing that's going on right now is that we have a rearrangement of our entire existence, or our world, as far as what we do and where we go and our children go, is all being changed right now. We were talking about this morning, my son and I, as far as schools are concerned. Here in California, and I listened to Newsom, the governor of California, the other day, talk about how the schools are going to have to reopen, if they reopen at all. And it sounds like they're probably not going to reopen. But if they reopen, you can't be on the list for more than like 30 days. So if you've had any increase in COVID in the last 30, 40 days, you're not going to be able to reopen. There's going to be social distancing. I mean, how do you be social distancing in a school atmosphere of 6 feet or so? Everybody over, I think, the third grade has to wear a mask, mandatory. Everybody below, it's highly suggested. I mean, when you have first and second grade kids walking around with masks on, how long is that going to last? I mean, these kids, they don't understand the using of a mask. They're going to be taking it off, and they're going to be playing with it. They're going to be doing everything in the world. So the practicality of going back to school with this kind of these kind of conditions is not very likely. Probably won't happen. And more than likely than not, most of the schools are going to be online, which is a more, if you're trying to, create an environment so that everybody kind of thinks the same way, the best way to do that is to put everybody into a controlled environment, which is an online school. So now you don't have divergence of thinking and people, teaching different things. Everybody's going to be lockstep in the same program to be taught the same thing on an online program. The other thing you're not going to need as many teachers as you have now. I mean, today you may have hundreds of teachers teaching a first grade class. Well, in the future, you may only need a few because it's all done centralized on an online program. So you're seeing that all move forward. So that's kind of what's going on in the world today. And we are going to keep going on with the COVID-19. It is not something, we as humans like to, go through adversity and then have it finished and move on. And we like to have it concluded. Like, if a country goes to war, you want the country to go to war, win the war, and the war be over with. You don't want a perpetual war forever. People get tired of it. People lose interest in it. People lose faith in it. But something like this virus could go on indefinitely, or variations, or new strains, or all this other stuff could go on, so we could live under these conditions for quite some time. And like I've said in my previous videos, what it's doing is it's pushing everyone to some sort of online activity. No longer. In fact, I was listening to an insurance salesman the other day where they said their business has actually increased because they have turned to using online conferencing with their clients, like a Zoom. So, instead of going into somebody's home and trying to sell them a life insurance policy, they're just meeting online, and they're still making a sale, but they're doing it online. That's kind of where we're going. Everybody's going online. So yeah, that stuff is all happening, and that's kind of what's happening today. And that is where we're going. Let me see if I can read some of these comments. It says, don't get me wrong, I'm all about the tech. just see it not making sense to use trade, gift, etc. Someone has to still extort a portion of it because add to broadcast. Okay, let me see. Do I have to add that to the broadcast, or let me go back to where I was. And I think the person gave another one. Its distinctiveness, it incentivizes its use. Don't use big words on me, please. For good and services when there is a tax simply for using it. Yeah, that's another thing. Almost the whole reason it was made is null and void when you allow someone to extort a portion of it when they make it or have any say in work you do to acquire stack. So I'm just reading some of these comments that I'm getting. I have a question and I'm reading from the wrong end. I should be reading them from down, not up. I was wondering why people use Bitcoin and others to make purchases for goods and services when you get taxed to wants you to deploy the crypto capital. Okay. Tesla's, I think, a good stock. Tesla's a stock I hear about more than any other stock. EOS is undervalued. Of course, it's undervalued. Waiting for $100. I am too. I'm the same date. I'm the same. Don't follow any other chain except EOS and Wax. Yes, Wax. Like I say, I'm. When we decided to develop on EOS, we become so focused on EOS that we kind of, it's hard to be a jack of all trades and master of none, which is kind of what happened to us. We could not master every other blockchain, and still have the intensity that it takes in order to develop something on EOS and still know about everything else. So yeah, we have been pretty focused on EOS. So I haven't really looked at any of the other blockchains as much as I probably need to or should. But let me see if I can get this. Okay, let's go back to this thing here. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's some stuff that I'm, I stay kind of aware of, in a general sense of most stuff. But basically, we are very attached to our project because we put a lot of time and money into it, and that's kind of where we're at as far as this is concerned. And let me show you just a few things about. Actually, I'm going to play you a quick video. Let's go to YouTube. This is a video that my son made here just today, I think. So if you don't know anything about what we do, the challenge application, which is what we developed, and you've never done it before, you don't even know how to do it. Here's a quick video I'm going to show you that lets you know kind of how to do a challenge, which we call task challenge, and explains it just a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and play the video for you right now.
How's it going today? Today I'm going to show you how to earn a little bit of crypto by doing basic task challenges. So today I'm going to set up a challenge where people can win CHL tokens by simply sharing a meme. So if you like to share memes and you like to earn a little crypto for doing so, then today I'm going to have the perfect task challenge for you. So to create a task challenge, I simply go into my camera roll. I select a meme that I'd like to see people share. Then I make a description so people understand the challenge. I say share meme, limit 10 winners, so very basic. Then I set the prize for 10,000 CHL, meaning anybody who shares this meme and drops the evidence down below on the comment section will get 10,000 CHL. And I hit confirm, and after a few seconds, then it gives me the blockchain hash right there that you saw, where it's entered into the blockchain, and then you can see it on our front end of the challenge EOS application. And I've done this with a few other memes. So here's another meme that I made a task challenge for people to share. Looks like we had one participant, and I already rewarded that user. There you can see where that user shared the task challenge, or the meme rather. And here's another one that I had. And these are all users that I rewarded. And oh, actually up here, it looks like I haven't rewarded this guy here. So in order to reward a user, you can see he shared it. Then I could just go and I hit reward this user. After I do that, then you that little trophy comes up, and then all that happens is the challenge EOS comes out of my wallet and then goes into their wallet, and after that they can withdraw it, sell it on exchanges. Oh, it looks like I already rewarded that user, so all these users have been rewarded. So look, let's, like, you know, on this meme here, I had 5 or 6 people share it. So a cool different way of getting memes out, and you know, a one little thing you can do with the task challenge.
The application, it's very simple. Just go to and it's just challenge.io. Here is the App Store and the Google Play. Of course, you can't do it from desktop because it's not available on desktop because it is a geolocation application, which means you have to be on your phone. Go to either one at Google Play, go to the App Store, and then just type in challenge, CHALLENGE, EOS, and you'll find it in the app in the Google Play Store. And there's some great stuff. I mean, you'll have a lot of fun with this thing. I mean, you can even spin a wheel. So yeah, that's here again another. Kent is Genesis EOS OG member. And I'm not sure. That's a good question. So yeah, it's just you know, and of course, if you want to keep up with the challenge application, the best play I think to keep up with it is just to go to Blocks.io and type in challenge, CHALLENGEYOU, and this is the contract that we run the application on. Now I got to tell you something, and I'm going to show you something here real quick. If you go to DAP Radar and you look at the applications right now and the number of users that they're getting, you're only going to see the contracts that they're following. So if you go to Blocks.io and you look for the challenge application, it looks like, let's see where we're at today. On the third page, looks like. Okay, right here. It looks like we're number 58 and we've got six transactions. This is completely wrong. And the reason it's wrong is because they're tracking the wrong matrix. They're tracking the wrong contract. So if you look at that, that doesn't even show a fraction of the number of transactions we're doing. This is July 18th, and you can look at the transactions all the way down here. Next page. I mean, look at the number of we're still in the 18th, and right here's the 70th. So we probably got 50 or 100 transactions today, maybe more than that, maybe a couple hundred transactions, and they're not showing up on DAP Radar because DAP Radar is tracking the wrong contract. They're not tracking the Challenge U contract. They're tracking the Challenge DAC contract. I've tried to tell them this, but they just don't seem to want to change it. So when you go to DAP Radar and you're getting a feel for how much activity we're having, you're not even getting close to what we're doing in activity, because they're tracking the wrong contract. If we were being tracked correctly on DAP Radar, we'd probably be one of the top applications. Like I said, we probably get 200 to 300 transactions a day, so we'd be right here. We'd be probably in the top 10 if we were being tracked by the right contract that they should be tracking us by. They're tracking us by a contract that actually just shows the transactions in the token and not the transactions of actually the application. So if you're looking at something like this to figure out how many transactions we're doing, then it's not giving you a good accurate picture of it. So, but anyway, if you go to Blocks.io, you can get some pretty good information. You can see the transactions, and of course, when you see a challenge, this challenge, this is actually a new challenge. When you see new CHL, that's a new challenge. Somebody sent some tokens, withdraw. Here's a claim ticket. So we have a spinning wheel. If you'd like, you can win up to 1 million tokens. With all you have to do is open the account and download the application. You can win up to 1 million tokens. There's someone that spun the wheel They ought to claim the ticket, and that's how you spin the wheel. Here's a wheel spin. Here's another wheel spin, claim ticket. Here's a new challenge, spin the wheel, claim ticket. Here's vote. So you can vote on the challenges. If you want to upvote a challenge because you want it closer to the top, you can do that. There's somebody voted. Here's somebody up account. So yeah, this is spin wheel, claim ticket. This is the activity that we're doing right now. Hundreds of transactions a day on the blockchain, probably one of the most active applications going right now on the EOS blockchain, but nobody knows about it because if you go to App Radar, it doesn't show what it is that we're doing because they're tracking the wrong metric. They're tracking a smart contract that we're not using to run the application. They're tracking a smart contract that just is showing, I think just, I'm not sure which contract they're showing, but I think they're showing a contract that just is on Nudex and it's just showing token transactions and not application transactions. So, okay, let's see what I got here. I meant that can't been any since the beginning. Mainnet, yeah, we've been here from the very beginning. Yeah, we are Genesis. I understand what you're saying now. Yeah, we were here. In fact, I was way here before the chain even launched. And I remember the first couple months of making my videos, actually probably the first 6 months of making my videos, all we talked about was whether the chain was going to launch. And even back in those days, I think the price was $10, $11, or maybe, I can't remember, but it went up into the $20 range. And I think it went up into $20 before it ever even launched. So it's, to be dropped back to $2.50 when I just showed you an application running on the mainnet that's getting hundreds of transactions a day, and we have thousands of followers using the application, and it's running on EOS blockchain without any hesitations. The transactions are taking place instantly. If you want to spin the wheel, it's instant. If you want to make a transfer, it's instant. Everything happens instantly because of the speed of the EOS blockchain. That's another thing about EOS. The reason why it's not dead is because it's running at a very, very quick pace right now. I mean, there's no hesitations. There's no transactions that are waiting or timing out or anything like that, as with other blockchains that I've been on, Ethereum and so on and so forth. And then you got something like Cardano that isn't even up and running yet. And what do you got? You got a $3 billion market cap on Cardano, and it's not even running yet. I mean, you have a lot of this stuff, the DeFi stuff that hasn't been built yet. I mean, DeFi is a very hot topic with the blockchain, but DeFi is moving centralized finance to decentralized finance, which is an entire infrastructure that has yet to be built. I mean, it's being talked about, but it has yet to be built. There's not a single transaction running right now on DeFi that I know about. Everything is just hypothetical and being talked about, but yet, it's getting billions and billions and billions of dollars of market cap. So, I just showed you an application, the Challenge EOS, the Challenge application that is running and making transactions every day, and doing lots and lots of business. So yeah, so let's see what else we got. And we've got if you want to track it, just blocks.io. You can see the number of transactions, the real time transactions, not what's recorded on, like a App Radar or something like that. So, there's just a lot of information here, and like I say, I would not be in any way, shape, or form down on EOS right now, because there's going to be a lot more stuff being built, and the timing is right now. The timing is right for people to start to get what's going on with the blockchain and with what's going on with EOS, because we are in a state of flux in the world today. And, people hopefully will start to kind of put together, connect the dots, and understand that what's really happening in the financial market isn't reflective of what's going on in the real world. And I think that's coming. I mean, I hear it. If you're at all active on YouTube, or you're listening or trying to research this on YouTube, it's all over YouTube. how the stock market's overvalued, how the feds are pumping up the economy, how right now crypto is being ignored. But things change. You can count on one thing. The one thing you can count on is things don't always stay the same. Things will change. So I'm looking for a bounce back, or not only a bounce back, I'm looking for some real big upticks in the crypto market, hopefully here very soon. Generally, when we get some good crypto markets, they usually tend to happen at the end of the year in the fall for some reason. I don't know why, but we could have that happen here anytime. So anyway, thought I'd try out this live stream, see how it worked out. I don't know until I watch the video what happened with it. So, but hopefully you gave some information and a little bit of insight. If you like it, then let me know in the comments. If you want me to continue to do these, if you like them better from the street, which is dead right now because nobody's there because all the bars are shut down, I could continue to do that. A lot of times people like me on the street because they like to see me interact with people that have had a few too many to drink. I had some pretty good exchanges with some people that were drunk, but that's kind of slowed down a little bit. So maybe I'll start doing some more of these and getting some feedback. I didn't announce this; I just popped on screen. So maybe I'll announce the next one, and we can start to get a little bit more interaction between what's going on, what I'm saying, what people thinking. That's what I'd really like to have happen. So anyway, I appreciate you listening in. And like I said, if you have any comments, just leave them below. Thank you very much.